You guys gonna use this for something weird, don't you?
It's so weird that LTX2 always makes the faces on your videos look strange. Why is that?
Hi everyone, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well, because today I'm gonna show you how to swap only the face on a video. Here we are gonna use Lora's. But before I go into the whole thing, how it works, I have to say thank you for everybody who joined my YouTube channel. Thank you for subscribing. And I want to say thank you for everybody who also joined the Discord and even my CivitAi, because there's like a bunch of people who are following me there. And I want to say thank you for everyone who is also following me on Patreon. This workflow is going to be available on all of these platforms. On Discord, Patreon, and CivitAi, I'm going to upload the workflow. I wouldn't be able to make this workflow if it wouldn't be for these guys on Reddit. These two individuals, like this dude made the workflow and this dude kind of improved it. And then I grabbed it and then I started making a monster out of it. But it's kind of worth it. The basic workflow just swaps ahead with a Lora and you either get a good or not good result. But what I'm trying to do here, even if it's in a starting stage, so this workflow is not going to be the finished product. I'm going to upload another video of the whole finished thing later on, because I want to create more audio input where you can not just choose the audio input from LTX and the audio input from the video, but I also want to be able to upload a audio input, which I already have done in other workflows. So I'm going to add that to this as well. I added more Loras because they were not using some of the Loras and they had the Loras on different settings as well. You don't really need those settings that high up. I added the dolly control. I added the motion control because if we are making video to video, even if we are only masking the face, we do want the whole person to follow the motion properly because it's going to be easier to mask out later. And obviously the character Lora that we need. For now, I'm just showing you stuff from CivitAi, but what I was doing in the weekend is creating different type of Loras with LTX and checking which one is actually doing better and which one is doing worse in this type of workflow. What I noticed is that either I created my image to video Lora weak, or I don't know, because I created a Lora from only images and I created a Lora from clips. And the clip Lora actually performs significantly better. It's crazy how much better it performs, but also it's obviously because it's from clips. So if you are into making your own Loras, I can suggest to just do it with clips. It's actually not that much longer than doing it with images. I mean, obviously doing it with images is like super fast. But yeah, but these Loras, you can just download them from CivitAi. These are not my Loras. I'm just showing you as an example. And those Loras were for me just to test the workflow itself and how it reacts. There is two phases of this workflow. So what I changed was the whole sampling method, because what the sampling is for them, when I loaded it up, I just noticed that one of the workflows instantly gave me a allocation on device, which is probably because of maybe the wrong text encoder. I'm not sure, because it didn't really do much in the RAM. So it wasn't like a RAM problem. I think it was like a text encoder problem. So right now I'm using these text encoders here. This is going to be fine. I think one of the individuals using these text encoders and the other one is not. This workflow is not set up yet for GGUF, by the way, but you just have to change the loaders. Like there's really nothing else that you would have to do. Here is where you load in the main model. And you would just have to change this into a GGUF loader and then add a node that can either do both these or add a GGUF loader node and add the video VA loader node for the LTX video workflow. And it's just going to work. So for now, it's just normal. I'm using this model right now, the LTX2 19B Dev FP8, and it's fine. Like it actually performs really well. It makes good quality. But obviously, if some of you guys have less VRAM, obviously just use a GGUF workflow. You can also, because there is portions of this workflow that I wanted to be able to just turn off, because at first you would literally have to make this image. I don't know how these point editor nodes really work, because sometimes it's just buggy, because you can click on new canvas, but it's just gonna like delete everything, and then it's just gonna give you like weird errors and stuff. So what I do is that I just turn off most, sorry, that's the audio loader. I would turn off most of these. See, let's just don't load these up, because first we just need to make this part. And for that, you just have to turn these 3 off. You don't need these. First, you just have to make sure that your face is going to be the only thing that's going to be masked out. Because sometimes when you mask and you put the little circle at the wrong place, it can mask out the arms or any other skin areas. And I mean, you obviously don't want that, but if you want, you can, but you don't have to. So you can actually make sure that the masking area is a little bit more precise. You're free to like change these if you want, but I set these up to max 32 because I was just too impatient to wait. You can set these up to higher numbers, but if you set them up to higher numbers, they are going to increase the size of the mask, first of all, and then they're also going to increase the amount of blocks. And the higher the numbers are, the more time is going to take to actually create the masking and track the motion on the video. There are also things that I need to mention, because certain portions of this video have to be on a certain size. Like, for example, that's why I put in like a bunch of resize nodes here, because when you are doing a specific size of a video, you need a specific size of tracking, and if it doesn't do it in a perfect size, then this red square is just going to be a stationary red square like here, and the only thing that's going to move is the green one. Then it applies the mask, and I think this is where I was actually noticing those things, like these are the numbers in these nodes where you would have to pay attention to a lot of these things, because that's how I kind of just lost tracking on it. And also, if the sizes are wrong, this video is going to show you as well, because this video is going to load up with lost frames. So you would see like skipping and just weird motion in it. It wouldn't be fluid motion like what you see here. So those are all telltale signs that one of these nodes are in the wrong setting and the wrong size setting. So if you are going into this whole thing and you think that you want to change stuff, just keep in mind that if you start changing stuff, especially sizes and especially node orders, those are things that you would have to deal with, and eventually you would have to figure out why is it happening. But for now, it's all fluid, it's all good, and the only important thing that I need to say is that this is working on a 1920 by 1088 size. And for that, I made this little workflow thingy. I think I'm just gonna put it in here, just in the beginning, this part, because you can literally just load up any video, and you can either center the whole thing and cut out the center for a full HD size. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be good. Or you can do padding, like pad the edges, if you don't mind. I mean, if you want like 2 giant square nothingness on the sides, you can even do that with this. It's going to be pretty decent. It's going to keep the proportions. It's either or. It's perfect, so it doesn't matter. I usually go with cropping because cropping is just fine. For this image, there's going to be like a lot of things cropped out, but that's fine. It's just as an example. So if you want to create something, I would suggest do this first, because you need to match this size. Otherwise, you're gonna have some weird issues, and just gonna have some just crazy stuff happen with the masking. So that size has to match. And when the size matches the video size that has to go in here, all of the other sizes are going to be fine. Eventually, I'm going to fix those, and you can just use any type of video, and in theory, it's just going to be fine. But for now, this is what the workflow can do, because it takes like a long time to do these things. Also, for people who have like really small VRAM, you can just remove these Like, you don't need these video loaders. I only had these here because I wanted to see the process and I wanted to see what does what. So this is about it. It's actually not really a difficult workflow if you think about it. If you want to use these guys as workflow, you can. Like, I'm just gonna put this link into my description, and I think I'm gonna put this link into my description. They have like a really big explanation for the whole thing. If you want, you can just read about it. For me, I think this workflow is a little bit more versatile, and there's like a bit more settings in it, and I changed the whole sampling method because, as I have said, their sampling method gave me some weird errors. But hey, all of us has different type of computers, so maybe for you, their methods is gonna work. For me, this method was working. And obviously, I mean, honestly, you saw my examples. My examples look really well. And these are only Loras that I just grabbed from CivitAi. So these are not even the Loras that you would make for yourself with precise motions and better quality. Thank you for watching. And if you want to see more, or actually if you want to see the, the more improved version, you just don't forget to subscribe and follow on the platforms that you prefer, either Discord, Patreon, or CivitAi. And then see you next time in the next video. Bye.